Hey everybody, it's Matthew of Mr. Domestic. Welcome to the next video in the fundamentals of fabric weaving. This video is going to focus on the preparation of your foam board and creation of your grid. Now before we get into the content, make sure to click on that subscribe button and get ready for some fun! In this video, I'm going to show you how to prepare your board and create your grid for both a basket weave and a triaxial weave. And these are the basic tools that you'll need. Some kind of permanent marker, a ruler with a 30-degree angle on it. If you don't have this kind of ruler, there's a Printable one that you can download for free in the description. I have some woven interfacing. This is Pellon SF101. It's a mid-weight. Some pins, and then a foam board. And I have a 22 by 26 inch foam board. That's my preference. That's a 3/8 inch thick, but any kind of foam board is going to work, whatever you got. I've even done it on cardboard, so if you have cardboard at home, then feel free to use that. And now, for the purpose of all of these fundamentals, I'm going to draw a 10-inch box. I'm going to be working with 10 inches just because I think that's a good starter size with weaving, and it's something that you can either create a pillow with it, you can make it art for your wall, you can integrate it into a quilt. It's just a good starter size for people who are curious about this technique. And then I have drawn the square. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then find the vertical midpoint for the vertical lines. So for here it'll be at the 5, and then draw this vertical. And then for all of my grids, I like 2 inches. I found that 2 inches is enough to make sure that my weave is parallel, and that's all it is. It's a guide to make sure that it's parallel as you're adding strips to it, because a lot of times if you don't have that, it tends to get a little off. Kind of like when you're quilting. Like when you quilt, if you don't like mark everything, you just eyeball it, eventually it's going to get off. So this is the basic start for both types of weaves that you're going to do, whether it's 2 axi or 3 axi. And then this right here, as you can see, is a completed one for a basket weave. But for the purpose of this video, in real time, I am going to show you how to do a triaxial grid. And that's where the 30-degree angle comes in handy. It doesn't matter where you draw the 30-degree because it's just a guideline once again. I'll draw it here. And that's my first 30-degree angle. Essentially, I'm just lining that 30 degrees up here and then just drawing wherever. And then from this, I'm going to draw 2 inches on either side, and I'm going to speed it up so you don't have to see it in real time. And there I am done with this, and then you're going to do the same. You're going to repeat it going the other 30-degree angle. So line this up here, and if you want it to be like symmetrical as you're looking, then right here at the midpoint, just start there with your first line. And there you go, ta-da! And then from there, you'll draw the others, and I'll speed this up so you don't have to see it in real time. Okay, and now we have the grid done for a triaxial weave. Before this is done, and before you get to weaving, what you do with that interfacing, and I've cut a square slightly larger than the 10 inches, so it's about 11 inches. Put it to where the texture side is up, because that's what you're going to adhere to, and then use some pins. I have some ergonomic pins. Put them in at an angle. Here is seeing it close up. I put it in at an angle like this because it keeps this from shifting and moving. If you had it straight up and down, then it would shift. And you don't want it to do that when you're weaving. So this is the preparation for a board. One other thing that I do is I'll retrace, not the entire grid, but I'll retrace the square onto the interfacing, because I use this as a stitch line to secure the grid and the weave in a later step, like once I'm done with the weave. And there's another video for that. So one more line and we are good to go with weaving a triaxial weave. Yay! Thanks for watching my video. You can subscribe on the right, just click on my face and watch some of my other videos on the left.